Yo, what up, guys? 5D here, and Oella the Fusion has finally launched into the game today, being Thursday, and this fusion will last until how many days? February 26th, right there. That's when it will end. First thing first, I want to let you guys know, if you're new to raid or whatever, this is an old school fusion. What does this mean? That means this is not a fusion you can save. Once that 26th of February hits, this fusion will disappear from the game. So if you don't claim this champion by that time, or the epic champions, if you are going for that by that time, you totally miss out on this fusion. We have to let newer players who are coming into raid know that this type of old school fusions cannot be saved, compared to this fragment fusion, which we can save, like you see me saving my Python fusion right there. So that's the first thing I want to get out of the way before we get into the details of this fusion. So Oella is in the game, and it seems like there's some controversy regarding how her calendar is structured. Usually we have to, of course, go for these rares. You get this shadow bowl telak from all the events and tournaments that will be coming up this February until the 26th. So each event will give you a copy, a rare like this, and that rare will be 3-star, right? And you need to take that 3-star to 4-star and level 40 and give them ascensions, right? Just like you see right here in the example. After you have 4 of that rare, you will now have to fuse it into one of these epic. That means you get 16 of these rares and 4 of these epics before finally fusing Oella. So remember, all this must be done before the 26th of February, so this fusion does not disappear from the portal right here. So that's the plan. That's how a lot of players will go for it. That's why everybody go for it. But in the calendar, we are trying to find out if there is a way we can skip out on some events and tournaments. That's what we usually do this type of videos for, to find out how you can structure your events and tournaments and your energy and everything, all your shards, to find out if you can find a way to save or skip out some on events. That's what we're looking for. But unfortunately, in this calendar, like you see right here, you cannot skip out on any event or tournament that you can see right here. All the events and tournaments must be completed. Why? Because this epic champion is not available in any event or tournament. Usually when they provide a way of getting the epic champion on an event or tournament, whether it's summon rush or something, it then gives us another opportunity to skip out on something. And most players do go for this epic champion, so they don't have the time to do maybe champion chase or dungeon divers 3 or something like that. That's a strategy that has been ongoing forever, but Playroom just shifted the goalpost again and made a huge change. That means an epic is not available in this fusion. So yes, that means you have to go for all the rares. You have to complete every single event. So let's take a closer look at the events and tournaments that are coming up to find out if it's going to be easy or difficult or something like that. Ice Golem and Dungeon Divers is starting up today. Right now it just launched, and I'm going to be running all that with all my saved up energy so far and complete it as soon as possible. That's the first thing. So we have cried out, and they finally are now launching the first tournament. I mean the first Ice Golem tournament alongside Dungeon Divers. Usually they push Dungeon Divers a day ahead or a day before. So that's a change that the Playroom has finally adapted to. But as they are learning something new or are following what we have been crying out about, they are bringing something else that is a negative. So artifact announcements will come up tomorrow, and I have a lot of gear that I need to cleanse, so that will be the day to do it. The first artifact announcements will be easier because a lot of who might have gear saved up or silver saved up, so that's easy. Champion chase will go along. In case you don't use Ice Golem to complete your Dungeon Divers, you can use your well, not champion chase. I mean champion training is what I'm looking for, but no, it doesn't belong there. You have to use your Ice Golem to complete that Dungeon Divers one, and that's a very long Dungeon Divers. So that means your Ice Golem tournament will end, and you will still be farming Ice Golem just to get points to complete the Dungeon Divers. That's assuming you're going all the way for the Dungeon Divers. If you just want to pick the rare, you might not want to go all the way until Monday doing Dungeon Divers. All right, Classic Arena, we don't need to talk about that. Fire Night Tournament doesn't align with any Dungeon Diver, does it? It does. So Ice Golem and Fire Knight can be used to complete Dungeon Divers. So that's what I'm looking for, because I know that Ice Golem is definitely not enough to complete Dungeon Divers 1. So we can use Fire Knight on Sunday to complete Dungeon Divers 1. That's a plan. So if you finish your Ice Golem, you don't need to keep farming after you get the rare from the Ice Golem. You can hold on until Fire Knight starts to now pick up your farming again, and then use that to complete Dungeon Divers. It's risky, but make sure you stay on top of the plan and do it when it starts. So that's that plan. And let's look forward to Spider. Spider doesn't align with anything else, so Spider just has to be on its own and complete it as usual. Of course, if you're new to raid, you might want to farm Spider 10, which is easier to do. I'll be farming Spider 20 to complete it faster and sell every accessory I get from there on my old main account. So champion training event is starting up on Thursday, and that's just champion training 1. That means there will be another one at the end right there. There's another champion training 2. Dungeon Divers 2 has 2 rares. I'm trying to skip out on something right there. Dungeon Divers 2 has 2 rares you have to pick up. That's why it's appearing twice. So that will be a very long Dungeon Divers. So how do we complete Dungeon Divers? Dragon. So Dragon Tournament is a nice one for you to farm consistently all day, all night, for you to complete these Dungeon Divers. I don't mind this at all, because it's not a 2x speed or anything, but at least if you're trying to find an opportunity to farm more speed gear or more clan boss team gear for your teams, for your champions, that's an opportunity right there to spend a lot of time and gems in the dragon right there. So that's the last event right there. So there is nothing to skip out on. I just checked out on everything. Spider is standing alone. Fire Knight can be used to complete the first Dungeon Divers. And now for the main event that everybody is crying out about, Summon Rush has 2 rares to pick up. It's not like you can just pull how many 3 sacred shards, right? Summon Rush requires you to pull shards. The value of the shards, how valuable they are, whether they are ancient, void or sacred shards, will determine how many points you get from Summon Rush. So a lot of people pull their sacred shards for Summon Rush. So usually 3 sacred shards, maybe 4 sacred shards will get you the rare that you need and call it a day. But right now they're giving us another rare inside Summon Rush. That means you might need to pull up to 7 or 8 sacred shards to get that second rare. Of course, convert that in the equivalent of ancient shards or void shards, and then you will see what it means. But me, I try to calculate it on the basis of sacred shards, because that's what I used usually to complete Summon Rush. And then let's not forget, Summon Rush also coincides with a 10x that a lot of people don't want to go for, and then they are making us go push hard into Summon Rush instead of just stopping 3 to 4 sacred shards. By putting an extra rare right here, it makes the community spend a little bit more. That means newer players who are coming into this fusion with just 3-4 sacred shards will not be able to complete the Summon Rush. That's what it means, because remember, Champion Chase has already gotten some of your shards. Maybe ancient, spend your ancient shards, spend your void shards on Champion Chase, but keep your sacred shards for Summon Rush. Hopefully you have more than enough to complete not just the first rare but the second rare. So this will be the determining factor for most players of Racial Alliance, whether they can go for this fusion or not. Remember, like I said, usually 3-4 shards gets us the first rare. So then putting a second rare means you need what, 5 to 8 shards. I don't know exactly until we see the event. So that will determine most players of Racial Alliance will now need to skip out on this fusion. If you're on the fence before, this might be the reason most players skip out on this fusion. So that's something I just wanted to point out, that this is something that is coming up. And if you're going for the fusion, doing everything, and then you forget that you only have 2 sacred shards or 3, this will mean you cannot complete it. Because I know ancient shards or void shards is simply not enough to complete Summon Rush if you don't have enough of those. All right, so that's just the fair warning I have to put out on everybody who is going for this fusion. I'll be completing every event and tournament as it comes up on my main account because I've saved up enough resources to go for any fusion that Raid throws at us, no matter the curveball they put into it. If they like, let them put 20 secret shards required for a summon rush. I'll still be able to complete it because I've saved up enough resources. 36 secret shards saved up right there, and I usually skip out on 2x event. That's why I have this much. So this Friday that is coming up is going to be 2x on Void. So you see the portal will turn purple and the 2x icon will show you right there that Void you can get 2 times of getting epics from Void champions and 2 times of getting legendary from Void shards. I don't know yet if I'll be pulling my shards for that event, because champion chase, you can easily complete champion chase by fusing old fragment fusion right here, Python, Tyre, or maybe I don't know yet, because why am I saving all the shards? I'm trying to save for a guaranteed Void legendary event that says you have to pull 90 or 100, and these days 110 Void shards to get a legendary. That's what I'm saving these Void shards for. I'm not saving for a 2x. I'm at a point where when I pull Void shards, I might get a duplicate, because I do have some Void champions, all the big names, besides Sifi maybe. So I don't want to pull for 2x Void, but the Noob to Pro will be pulling shards tomorrow, Void shards tomorrow, to see what we can get from there. I'll be pulling just a few required to complete the champion chase, and that'll be it. So that's my plan on how I plan to approach that first champion chase that is coming up tomorrow. And as for Summon Rush, when we see the required number of secrets and it to be a 10x, I hate 10x event because they are a scam. So that's the fusion plan. It's not a nice fusion plan. Nobody is excited looking at this, happy going into it, because they've made it extremely difficult by taking out this epic. So another reason why a lot of people are mad about it is because they now put this epic into a champion training tournament. Now, if you just took out the epic from the calendar and put a rare in the summon rush, everybody will be like, oh, raid. Normal complaints. But now the main reason why a lot of people are mad is because they put it into a champion training tournament. This champion training tournament does not have anything to do with the fusion. Right there, champion training tournament. It does not have anything to do with the fusion. I guess they're giving an opportunity for those who are skipping out on this fusion to have something else to spend their time and energy on. I guess that's the logic behind this, because I see no reason why a champion training will be running when a fusion is also running, when the fusion requires all your energy and all your resources. So will I be going for this champion training tournament? At 10,000 points right there for a sacred shard is totally worth going for. As for this top reward right there of getting this other Altan of the shell, the champion that pairs well with Oella, will I be going for this one? No. Usually I have to wait for the 3rd day. Remember, this is a 4 days champion training tournament, 5 days actually. I have to wait until the last day to find out if there are any whales right here, if anybody is about 30,000 points, 40,000 points. But if everybody is chilling at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 points, that's the day, that last day, I will now spend all my saved up brews, saved up all my chickens, push really hard, level up champions that day, and instantly get maybe 5,000 to 10,000 points to get this. So on a normal day, I'll be spending my resources in Ice Golem. Once my Ice Golem is done, that's when I'll be trying to get my secret shard. After my secret shard is obtained, that's when I'll be able to focus on this first position, whether people are pushing for it or not. So if people are pushing for it, I will totally ignore it because I'm saving my energy for a fusion. So that's how I plan to go about this. It's controversial, but I don't think this is the right time for them to launch a champion training, and I think everybody agrees on that note. Even if I get a second position right here to get this legendary skill tome, it's still fine. I'm not going crazy about the legendary champion or turn of this shell, because I'm not trying to pair them together. I have a lot of champions in Racial Legends who pair well together, but I think the only one I actually paired to is Corona and his other lady, the Valentine champion. That's the only pair that I actually use. So it's not every time that you see two champions pair well together that you must use them in battle. So that's just what I think about it. So all 10 of the shell will be obtained someday in the future some other way, but must they be paired well together to get the best out of Oella? I don't think so. We've confirmed that alone she does well on her own, but she can do better when he's on the team. But I don't think he's like better than her or must be obtained. I've not checked out his skill. I'm just guessing right here. So I don't think this is something you should break your bank over, go zero on your gems over and try to get him. He's not a risk or anything. That's what I'm trying to say. So all right, that's how I tend to go about this. There seems to be a what do you call it now, a promo code going around right now. If I can just open it up, Caribbean Raid. I'll put it on the screen right here. So if you've not claimed it, I think it gives one energy refill or something like that. So go ahead, type it in there and claim it. A lot of people who tried it before, it shows some error and they gave up, but right now the promo code is now active and it's working. So remember, this fusion cannot be saved. The date is there, 26, for you to complete it. Let me know in the comments below if you're going for this champion training tournament, if you're still going for Oella, or you've decided to skip out on her because of this curveball that Playroom just threw at us for this Summon Rush that does not have any epic champion. Hey, usually when Summon Rush has an epic champion, people go for the rare champion and forget about the epic and then complete it other ways. But now the main reason why people are mad about it is because this will require them to pull more shards when a second rare is far away. That's the only reason. People are not mad because there's no epic. They are mad because this Summon Rush has a second rare. Now if you put this second rare in something like Dungeon Divers or Artifact Enhancement 2, people would not be this mad. But you put it into Summon Rush, which just shows greed that you want people to pull more shots. That's why people are mad about this fusion. So will you be skipping out on it because of this, or you will still be going for it? I'm playing Pokemon with Racial Legends, so I'll be going for everything, you know, chase them all or catch them all, as they say. So that's why I'm still in the running for this fusion. Besides, what else will I be doing besides this? Maybe some champion guides for you, I guess. So watch out for those coming up on the channel. And yeah, I don't think this fusion will be enough for me to be giving daily updates about my progress. Also the Note to Pro is not going for this, so there was no challenge from my main account right here. This IS Golem will be finished in an hour or two because I'm currently running it all night or so. So it's gonna be easy for me to complete this because I've been playing Raid for a long time and I do have a lot of resources saved up. If I head over to my inbox right here, you can see my inbox is overflowing though, but I do have some energy and stuff saved up down over almost 400. So champion artifact enhancement will help me clear all this out. All right guys, let me know your thoughts on this fusion Oella. Are you still going for it? And if you're asking how many ascension pots you need to farm up spirit, magic and all that, even arcane, Chosen has put out this graphic right here in a video he did recently, and I thought I'd share it with you right here. So this is the amount of pots you need to farm up. If you don't have enough of these pots, remember this, the potion keeps open in different days. If you have some energy that you're not using for anything after Ice Golem is completed, you might want to head over to the dungeons and farm up this potion keeps and get enough ready before you start fusion your rares and epics. So this might not be a reason you fail the fusion, although or now need to use gems to open that potion keeps on a particular day. No, farm it ahead of time and keep all this ready. So that's what Chosen shared, and I thought I'll just share it with you instead of calculating it from scratch again. All right, thanks to Chosen for sharing that with the community as usual. All right guys, I think I've covered everything about this fusion that I need to talk about. There is nothing else happening right now besides this. Hopefully when we get this fusion, we can now claim her and find out if she's worth all this trouble that we are going through, or it's going to be something we put in our vault and wait till the day increased resistance is viable in Racial Legends somewhere, and then she comes out of the vault and becomes godly. Hit that like button for me in this video, and I'll see you later in the evening for maybe a Noob to Pro update, or we'll still be talking more about what is happening in Raid. Later guys.